This might be the biggest surprise of 2022 so far, and it's only February. Let's get to the review. Welcome back, film fans. This is Brad from Let's Be Real Brad, and today on the channel I want to talk to you guys about the brand new romantic comedy film called Marry Me. Marry Me is directed by Kat Coiro and is based on the graphic novel of the same name. The film stars Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson in the lead roles. This film's about a famous pop star named Kat Valdez who decides to marry a stranger holding a Marry Me sign after learning her onstage partner Bastian has been having an affair. So based on that plot synopsis and the trailer itself, I was not excited to see this movie at all. And it's because this movie just seemed like it was going to be one of the worst mainstream movies of the year so far. And to my surprise, I was wrong, and I have to say that this movie was quite alright. Marry Me is the perfect movie to watch on Valentine's Day weekend because it gives you exactly what you want from this movie, a basic 3-act structure that you've seen before, all the cutesy, heartwarming moments, some 2 good lead stars that audiences came to see. So let's just dive right into my positives first, and I want to start with the performances. This movie hinges on the performances of Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson, and they did a really good job in this film. I was quite nervous to see the chemistry that they would have together because it just seems like a very unlikely match, but to my surprise, they did a really good job in this movie, as the best scenes of the film have to be the ones where it's just Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez. I also really enjoyed the chemistry these two have together, as you really do buy this very strange and awkward relationship that they somehow have from this crazy out of this world thing that just happened at this concert. And the movie tries to play this in the most smartest way possible, even though it does seem extremely over the top, like it would never happen. But the movie tries its best to sort of had this social commentary on how celebrities do the wackiest things ever. Director Kat Coiro was able to make some very heartwarming scenes that just got a big smile out of me at so many points in this movie, even though I know this movie is really cheesy and pretty stupid at times. But the biggest surprise of this movie has to be the social commentary, which is something that I wasn't expecting with a movie like this, because it just seems like the typical standard romantic comedy movie you have seen 100 times before. But this movie attempts to offer some social commentary about celebrities and our lives and how we value each other in a society. Sure, I don't think this is a great movie by any means, or even a good movie, but I have to give this movie credit for trying to flesh out the characters, even though they are very one-note and very stereotypical. I feel like this movie attempted to give these characters something to do and try to make us care about them, and not just focus on having very stupid and over-the-top scenes that were just made as SNL skits and just thrown into a film. Now, let's dive into some of my negatives I do have with this movie, with the first one being how predictable this movie is. For some people, they're not going to care about this at all because this movie is demographically targeted toward those people, but for someone like me, I did think this was very distracting, as they could have at least changed it up a little bit. My next negative I have with this movie has to be the comedy, because the jokes in this movie just don't work. I didn't find myself chuckle or even remotely laugh in any scene of the film. And the last negative I have with this movie is the runtime, because this movie is way too long. This movie clocks in over an hour and 50 minutes, and this movie could have easily been trimmed by at least 20 minutes to be an hour-and-a-half film, because the story of this movie doesn't have a lot of meat to it, as it is very stereotypical, standard, and a very generic movie that we have all seen before. So you don't need to make this movie an hour and 50. This is very evident when there's a section of this movie that feels like it was just dragged out just for the sake of the runtime, and it easily just could have been cut down. Overall, guys, Marry Me is exactly what you think it is, a very standard, generic romantic comedy film that adds a social commentary of the modern world of dating and relationships and marriages, and it works well for that part. Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson have great chemistry together, and have pretty decent performances that makes this movie a solid watch to see at the movie theaters for Valentine's Day weekend. I am giving Marry Me a 5 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, as I want to know below in the comments section, what are some of your favorite movies to watch during Valentine's Day? I can't wait to hear about those. But before you guys check out this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so I can see you all in the following video.